Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA. Yeah, I got a smile on my face already because what I get to show you guys today is just extraordinary. This car pretty much needs no introduction. The movie you saw it in definitely needs no introduction. That's right. I got my hands on the Ice Charger for a minute here. My neighbor Dennis, his company's called Vehicle Effects, builds all kinds of picture cars. They've built for the Furious franchise since Tokyo Drift. He's done the most recent Batmobile, Marvel's cars. On and on it goes with Dennis and Vehicle Effects, the stuff they do. They're, pretty much up at the top of the food chain for picture car builders. And he's letting me shoot a feature today on the Ice Charger, which I'm super stoked about. I mean, you guys know me, I'm a muscle car guy. I love Chargers. And this, let's be honest, it's one of the coolest Chargers ever. The design is radical on it. The wide body, it's all-wheel drive. This is a car that's, this car, look at this thing, how intense this is. The side exit exhaust from MagnaFlow. Of course, the EMP device, which is recharging right now. I blew it earlier in the hopes that I could shut down the police so we could get this car out and drive it for a minute. But anyways, we're gonna walk you through some of the details on this car today because there's some pretty cool ones. Even though it's a picture car where they're limited on budget as far as building one car, this car has some really, really cool details. And obviously, we all know this. This is an iconic hero car, and this is one of the hero cars for the movie. So looking forward to showing you guys some of the design pieces on this. I can't drive it much. I get to take it out into the back area of my shop here and roll around a little bit. We can't drive it. It's not street legal. It's actually far from street legal. And you could only imagine the scene this would cause if I decided to go drive it around here in my neighborhood. However it goes, we're gonna have fun, man. I get the Ice Charger for a little bit here. So here we go. Yesterday we were trying to drive it a little bit. That's why you'll notice I shaved, put on a different shirt because it's a different day. The car kept stalling. Seemed like it was a fuel issue because there was almost no fuel in the car. Picture car, you guys. All right, we're rolling. Now remember, you guys, picture car, right? Totally not street legal. I can definitely not take this car out onto the street. My neighbor Dennis, Vehicle Effects, who built this car, is allowing me to take it out back here and roll it around a little bit because if you've ever watched any of my episodes, you guys know I always think a car looks better when it's moving than just sitting still. It's what they're meant to do. It's like seeing a thoroughbred sitting in a corral. It's a beautiful animal. Put that thoroughbred out on the track, running, doing what it's meant to do, and that's where it gets sexy, man. What are these sticks right here? That switches me from two-wheel rear to all-wheel drive. Yes, this is one of the hero cars that is all-wheel drive. Think about it, the use of this car was on the ice in Iceland. They needed as much traction as they could get, including 1,000 spikes per tire. Oh my God, it gets so hot in here, you guys. You'll notice the windows do not roll down. When I show you under the hood, the engine literally comes into the cockpit. The headers come right off of there. So quickly, I'm in this car for a couple minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. I'd say it's probably about maybe 100 degrees in here right now. Oh my God, it's so hot in there, dude. I'll bet you easily 110 degrees in there right now. Oh my God. So what do you guys think? How rad is that, right? This is the Ice Charger. This isn't a copy of it. This is actually in the movie where you see this. This is one of the main hero cars. All-wheel drive, insane stunts, and this car performs. It's one of the things I love about the franchise is that they typically don't use CG. Yes, sometimes, but most of everything you ever see with the driving stuff in particular is real stunts, real drivers, real cars. That's why this thing has a full tube chassis. It's fully caged, race seat, race harnesses. Everything about this car is set up to go beat on it hard, get airborne, get sideways. If I seem a little thrilled right now, I'm freaking out that I'm like, you know, yeah, I'm 5 miles an hour, but I'm driving the friggin' Ice Charger, dude. That's a great sound. MagnaFlow really did a killer job on the exhaust. So let's get into some of the details on this because it's a cool one for sure. We'll start with the exterior details. You've got radical wide body. You've got gigantic wheels and tires. I know it's a 20-inch rear, front is 19. The rear diffuser is outrageous. I mean, it's just such a monster rear diffuser. This is the one thing that's just not functional on this car whatsoever is the EMP device. This is pure movie gag kind of stuff, but sure plays cool in the movie. The side exit MagnaFlow exhaust is just extraordinarily cool, makes a great tone. The Speedkore was involved in some of the items on this as well. The vents that you see on the hood, the front grille, the flares on the fenders and quarters. So for all the hardcore Mopar guys, don't go nuts here. Remember, this is a picture car, so it is not a Hemi. It is not anything Chrysler related whatsoever. The motor in this car is an LS3. Dennis and his crew use LS3s all the time because they can swap from one car to the next. It makes things really easy, almost like playing with Legos. But you'll notice how far back the motor is set, making room for the front drive shaft because this is an all-wheel drive car. The LS3 is a built one, so it's making a little over 500 horsepower. The only time this plays in the movie is on the ice in Iceland. So the all-wheel drive made sense. At the time that they were on the ice, we don't have it now, I can't show you guys, but there was 1,000 spikes per tire to help with grip. Taking us into the interior, what you'll notice is 3 pedals on an automatic car. That third pedal to the left is the drift brake. Rather than, you know, grabbing a handbrake that would be visible to the cameras, they put it down on the floor for the stunt driver to hit there to get their drift happening. You'll also notice it's an automatic transmission. They modify a turbo 400 transmission, but it has to be actually shifted through the gears. If you start this car in third, it's actually not drive, it's third gear and the car will stall immediately. It's a full tube chassis, fully caged car, because obviously this car gets driven hard. You got to protect the precision driver driving the vehicle. You got Sparco race seat in there. So here's a couple of other cool elements on this car that I love. See, a lot of times in picture cars, you just don't have the budget to work in name brands. That exhaust is actually from MagnaFlow. MagnaFlow designed the header and exhaust for this car. I love this plate here. Warning, MagnaFlow, hot exhaust. Like seriously, that's the exhaust. That's not dummy stuff. That's the real deal. I think it's just so cool is you're rarely going to see something of the caliber of HRE on a picture car. Again, the budget doesn't allow for it. I mean, how much do these rims cost? I think these are, gosh, 15, 16-inch wide rims, maybe even more. I mean, look at the size of this thing. So I just think it's super cool. And things like behind the HR, you see the Willwood brakes. You know, this car's truly, I mean, you look close at it, yeah, it's ugly. It's a picture car. You don't have the time to do the details on it. And this car has been airborne and crashed and put back together, and airborne and crashed and put back together, God knows how many times. But I love that this car is a full-blown, no BS performance car. All right, you guys, well, that is it for the Ice Charger. That's it for our episode today. You know, I wish I could have gone for a drive. I would love to take this thing out and do some burnouts in it. I'm sure it does some really good ones, but not gonna happen today, man. This car is very much not street legal. I do not want to get in trouble, and I don't want my neighbor getting in trouble. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, taking a deeper look inside of the Ice Charger and what it's actually made of. Some pretty cool details on this one. And as you saw in the movie, it definitely performs, man. That is not CG. That is a car that's being driven hard. So hope you guys had a great time with me in this episode. As always, thanks for hanging. I appreciate the support on the channel. By the way, we've crossed over 5,500 subs, headed towards 1 million. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next episode. All right, man. Later.